pause and come back to you. But an interesting conversation that is going on there with the panel. I would like just to pick it up from there and just, pick up a few things and a few thoughts here about just the pace of this tallying and tabulation of these results. It's just punishing, to be honest.
Let me tell you, I'm a lawyer, and everything I try to reflect against legal principles. If you look at Article 81 of the Constitution, it sets out the principles of our electoral system. One of the principles of our electoral system is that they must be free and fair, and that article goes ahead to give some elements of a free and fair election. It's an election that's conducted in an efficient manner. The word efficient is used. A process that staggers relay of results, a process that delays relay of results, cannot pass the test of efficiency. That is the point. And as the IEBC commissioners retreat to reflect on the next press briefing that they want to give Kenyans, it's important for the IEBC to appreciate that they hold a public office which, under Chapter 6 of our Constitution, is an office of trust. It's not an office that only them can hold. It is simply a specialized office that they have been entrusted with, but that they are presiding over fairly intelligent people, people who can pose intelligent questions and expect intelligent answers, people who can read between generalities and specifics. The problem with the press briefings we get is the loss of generalities and the clarion call, remain patient, be patient with us. But there are simple questions that I think the IEBC has to answer about the manner in which we are getting some of these results. Let's pause here for a moment and ask. One of the analysts from the other studio has, the president of the studio has tried to ask the question that we are dealing with very many ballot papers. That may be so, but we are only dealing with one presidential ballot paper. The rules provided that all polling stations across the country will commence by counting the presidential ballot paper. What is causing anxiety here and now is not the governor's seats across the country or the county representative seats across the country. It is the presidential votes.
All right.
That is what is causing anxiety. Okay. That is what the regulations required must be counted first. The presumption being the results will be received first. One of the journalists at the center, the NAB center at Bomas, asked Hassan whether there is any polling station which in is still operational as we speak now. And if I remember his answer right, he said, no, there's no polling station that's still operational now. That would mean by the time the polling station closes, the polling station, it means the counting of the votes there is over. They are now being taken to the tallying centers at the constituency level and subsequently the county level. But if the electronic system was functional, it would mean that they have also been relayed to Nairobi electronically. Now, we are witnessing a challenge, let me put it that way diplomatically, of the electronic system. The question again that has to be posed is that we didn't invest marginally in technology in these elections. We invested massively, billions of shillings in technology in these elections. Just this particular technology, how long does it take to fix it? What kind of experts do you require from which part of the world, which 12 hours down the line, because it began malfunctioning last night, if you remember. That was at about this time, last night. How many hours from whichever corner of the world does it take to get proper experts to fix this technology? These are basic questions that we are not saying we have answers, but as intelligent people, we then have to begin asking as we listen to the excuses that are coming from IEBC.
Let's ask an intelligent question to an intelligent person.
Thank you.
Shamala, this process just punishing so far. We expected a bit much more, efficient process, if you like, put it diplomatically.
Yes, I think, we acknowledge and we were aware that it takes up to 7 days. They have up to 7 days legally to give us the results. But it is the IEBC who themselves said yesterday that they would give us the presidential results within 48 hours. They then turned around today, and I saw Isaac Hassan state that there were rumors that a server had broken down. As of last night, we did hear that there was a problem with the Safaricom platform. Now, please, maybe he may not be very good at communicating, so then get your communication people to communicate to us and tell us what is happening. Because what I know about Safaricom is a mobile company. Safaricom is a privately owned company. I'm aware that government has some shares.
They say that the problem is actually that the server had run out of space. That is the explanation.
Yeah, but where is this server? Because I think, if I don't know, according to my understanding, the Safaricom server, I don't think the Safaricom server sits here in Kenya. And these are the sort of questions we would now like answers to. Where does the Safaricom server sit? All we're being told about is that we shouldn't speculate and we shouldn't announce results.
Right. They say that the IEBC servers, Safaricom just basically relays the results. The servers are IEBC, owned by IEBC, and it's the one that gets the data, and then the Safaricom just
Yes,
relays.
but I think it's important then for IEBC to tell us where this server is, and if it has not broken down, was there an issue with the server? And more importantly, it was IEBC Isaac Hassan, chairman, who said, we will give you the results within 48 hours. Come back and say, we're unable to do so for whatever reason, and there will be a delay of X, Y hours or days, and this is the reason. Come out clear. Kenyans have been very patient. They were patient yesterday. There's no reason for them not to be patient, but the anxiety begins to rise when you're giving us information with regards to, one, the rejected votes, and two, this issue of server breakdowns or problems with Safaricom, the platform. So I think that they should come out more clearly and explain to all of us so that we can understand what exactly are the issues.
A number of months ago, I posed a question when IEBC was having a procurement challenge with one of the electronic systems, the electronic voter registers. I posed a question that procurement in this country is a process that's regulated by a fairly simple law, one of the smallest pieces of legislation you come across. And if they can't implement this simple process, can they manage a massive process called an election regulated by massive laws? And I still have residual hope that they have that capacity. But having said that, I mean, when you procure a server, and unless I'm being too foolish here, you must, in sending out the invitations for the bids, at least spell out the technical specifications. What informs these technical specifications? Should it be a server of some particular capacity, which includes space, which should then be a function of just how much data are you expecting it to handle? And one would hope that for planning purposes, you will procure a server that has higher capacity than the actual capacity you expect it to handle for possible efficiency.
It's actually...
these are questions that I'm saying. They are simple questions. They are not foolish questions. They are questions that, as a logical Kenyan sitting here, I don't just want to see the CEO saying we had a space problem in the server. I also want to see logical answers.
All right. I must bring this conversation to an end, and final thoughts for you, and just the legal issues that you think this process has brought so far. That will be your final thoughts and final comments as we run on this conversation. What are the legal loopholes or pitfalls?
I think that it's extremely important for the IEBC to come out and explain to us, when they say rejected votes, what they mean by rejected votes, and what were the type of rejections, where these rejected votes are coming from, which constituencies, because we don't want to have a debate or a crisis around the interpretation of what is a rejected vote, a valid vote, etc. Ultimately, I still would call upon Kenyans to be, the destiny of this country is in the hands of not the IEBC, not the politicians of this country, but with the people of Kenya. The security of this country lies with the people of Kenya. So we just say, be patient and wait and ask of IEBC to come out. And like Elisha said, don't come and tell us there was an issue or there was a rumor. Address the allegations that or the rumors that have been. Please address them so that we as Kenyans are not anxious, and we understand, and we appreciate the fact that they may be busy, but really, you know, we will understand if there's been a malfunction or a hiccup somewhere. Things happen, so just explain it to us as Kenyans.
Alicia, for you?
The catchphrase here is free, fair, and credible. The IEBC must begin asking itself that question. Are they meeting each and every word in that catchphrase? Free, fair, and credible. If there are any factors that may interfere or tamper with the capacity for them to deliver an election that passes that test, it's important that they address it.
All right, free, fair, and credible election. That is the catchphrase. That is how we decide to end this conversation here on the summit. We are continuing with this debate here at the Election Center, but we finish this conversation here at the summit. Right now, I'd like to hand over to Michael.